What? Nice. There we go.
I might not have any good. I don't know that I have anything worthwhile to talk about.
That's all right. If you're too cold, they're cold. Bring them. Oh,
I just see all the same stuff.
Richard Gere isn't right. It's all
Not
depressing about Richard Gere and gerbils and immigrants. That's exactly what it is. You're right. Oh, where's Eric? Come on, Eric.
Do you see Vivek canceled his run? Your boy Vivek?
I kind of had a feeling. I
Right?
don't think he has enough money.
What? He's a billionaire.
I don't, but his campaign. I mean, like he can't fund his own. Well, I guess he could fund his own campaign, right? I mean,
didn't he end it?
I thought he did. He was withdrawing.
Sure.
Was it Ramaswamy, right?
Or nine in a jar.
Yeah. So ends his 2024 campaign coming Trump surrogate. So he's pushing Trump.
So weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's messed up.
I don't get it.
I thought he was a good candidate.
You're insane.
He
was going to cancel everything. He was going to shut down the FBI, the CIA, police.
The police, that's a little rough. I mean, FBI, CIA, I don't know. I mean, it depends who you ask. Yeah, it could be something like that going on. I mean, because it's like, didn't JFK want to do it? He wanted to shut down the CIA and FBI. So
what?
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He wanted to shut down one of them.
Oh, and that's why he was shot?
That's the rumor.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't follow old shit.
Yeah, so he wanted to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. That was his quote.
JFK?
Yep.
Oh. That's interesting.
I hate when you go to these websites that always like, oh, accept our cookies. And I'm like, reject all, whatever. And then it's like, oh, you got to sign up to read our articles. And I'm like, nope, close the website.
Didn't somebody like sue? That's why we get the cookie prompts now?
I think the cookie thing, wasn't that the GDRP stuff from overseas? It was like
Oh,
because they were retaining data on people, and by law,
freaking
like,
Europeans.
yeah. I'm just glad we don't have to deal with that shit. Like if I got to deal with like HIPAA compliance, that's the worst of my, problem.
Well, you could have to deal with
Yeah, we just,
GDPR. It's not,
yeah,
although we don't have a national GDPR. Like every state's got its own freaking rules.
yeah, that kind
Stupid.
of sucks. It's funny because like what is it, California? Like people always say like if you live in California and you sign on websites and you tell them like I live in California, I want my info removed, they like have to remove it by law.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
don't
that's what
understand.
that's what GDPR is. It's basically
Yeah,
scrub my data from everywhere.
yeah, but it's more. I mean, I think it's more than just that. Like it's a whole. Like you have to prove that you've scrubbed the data, whereas like these websites would be like, okay, we'll delete it. Like who's checking that up? Like who's following up with
Yeah.
that?
Well, and even the basic end user who says I want my data removed, how are they gonna,
Yeah, they're not gonna know. I
right? They
mean,
have no idea. Like I would be like asking for credentials into their system. I would want to be able to like I need SA to your database and
I wanna run the
and
drop
everybody
table
to leave me
command.
alone. Yeah.
You're gonna
I'm
be
gonna
like that hacker. You're just gonna drop table on everything.
No, I'll do select statements until I'm satisfied that I have nothing's in there.
Nice. That'll work. That'll
That's
work.
it's not like I could handle that, but like the average end user probably needs to get a legal team,
Yep.
right? There's probably a process. You probably get assigned one,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're like, "We'll do it for you."
It could be
And
like
who
the
knows?
like what are those companies like the LifeLock where they try and recover your identity and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it for you because
Like auditors,
the average person doesn't know.
like auditors, we just send them screenshots. They're not sitting on our systems.
So you guys do what? You guys do PCI or SOX auditing?
I don't know anymore.
Like we did SOX auditing at the last place. Yay, thanks, Enron. And that sucked because it was like, to me, SOX, Sarbanes-Oxley, that's like the biggest scam in information technology ever, because like they'd come in and they're like, oh, you have to follow these guidelines that we set. And I'm like, well, like what industry are these guidelines for? Oh, all of them. I'm like, well, wait a
Right.
minute, because like finance and MRO, healthcare, they have different requirements. Like we can't just like some of
Right.
that shit's not going to apply to us.
Just a giant freaking mess.
And then they're like, well, this is what I don't get. So they're like, oh, we want to see your data controls surrounding a finance database or whatever in SQL. And I'm like, okay, here's how it's locked down, here's all this. But it was always like, only give them what they ask for, like never give them more, because then they ding
Right.
you on it. But then at the end of this stupid report, the audit, they give us this sheet and this big PDF, and they're like, here's everything we found. And they're like, here's stuff you need to mitigate. But like, I'd go to my team and I'd be like, this is like our biggest problem was always our SQL servers were way behind because we never patched them, like the actual SQL.
Same.
And it's like, you can't just lump on the latest service pack and call it a day. Like shit just doesn't work that way. And especially if like enabling like TLS or security, like some versions of SQL don't support older security. So it's like if you have an old client, application that requires like TLS 1.0, I can't upgrade past a certain version of SQL database. So like then they're like, oh, well, you have to accept the vulnerability. And I'm like, okay, well, like we'll get, we'll fill it out and say we accept it. And they're like, okay, that's it, then we don't count it. And I'm like, what? So like if I just told you I accepted all these vulnerabilities, you guys wouldn't give me anything to work on. Like it's a friggin' joke. Like they're not enforcing anything. We didn't get fined. They're just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, they just do the bare minimum.
Yep.
Right? Like they should be hiring like a black hat hacker.
That's
to
the
say,
thing.
Go prove all this.
So like the auditors I've dealt with, like none of them are technical. But they ask for things that are technical. Like clearly they didn't come up with those guidelines.
Right. They're all
requirements.
VPs of sales.
Yeah, and then I go talk to them, and I'm like,
They
"Hey,
don't
what
know
is this?"
anything.
I'm like, "Hey, what is this you're looking for exactly?" "Oh, I don't know. Let me go ask the team." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, here we go. This guy."
Everyone on a sales department is a VP.
Yes,
Stupid.
yes.
It's so stupid.
And it's funny because you bring up like the black hat stuff, and like that's the kind of crap that like I do at work with like InfoSec now that I took that course. Like we test our own environment. So I got the tools and
Right.
everything, and I run the applications through like a Kali Linux, and I'll
Okay.
scan networks, I'll look for open ports, I'll look for vulnerabilities, and I'll address them and I'll bring them up to the InfoSec team, and then we'll come up with a plan to mitigate them. That's great. But like we had a guy come in and do like a pen test couple this was like 4 years ago now, 5 years ago. And like the guy that did the test, like the company, when we met with them, they basically brought their engineering team to the sales meeting, and these guys knew exactly what they were talking about. But time come we signed the contract, those weren't the guys we got.
Right.
So we got like dummies that like were basically just running scripts off a laptop plugged into our network. And I'm like, I could have done this, and we're paying them how much?
That's the other
silly.
gotcha. Yeah, it's dumb.
I mean, I get it. Like InfoSec is a necessary evil. Everybody hates it
Right.
because we make everyone's life harder. But
Yeah.
then you don't get shit like Target, where you get their million people breach, or Equifax, or freaking the healthcare center over here that got breached that I got a letter about. Like, come on, like that's the reason that shit gets done.
Well, but like, how do we, like, why are people doing that? Like, why are people doing the breach, right? Like, how do we dissuade that?
I don't know that you're gonna ever dissuade that,
but that's what we need to work on.
because
in
the
my
problem
opinion.
is it comes down to monetary gain. I mean, you look at like China and
Right.
Russia; they're two of the biggest hacking groups, financed and backed by their governments. Like they're the ones that do majority of the hacks, the big hacks and shit that steal data, because they take that data and they can use it to their advantage to gain whatever. Corporate espionage, that's still a big thing. I'm sure there's companies that hire hackers to go look at their competition and see what they can figure out what they're doing. I mean,
yeah.
it comes down to money. And then you look at like crooks, criminals. It's been that way for shit, as long as the internet's been a thing. People would buy and sell lists of emails, spammers. That was a huge money making thing, in the like 90s. Like you could make tons of money just selling lists of emails to people that were valid, because somebody wants to buy it and send you those stupid X11 camera pop-up ads, in your browser.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to, I know it's the impossible task and everybody will say it's hard, but we have to get away from money being the most important thing.
Love you too, sweetheart.
We love you
how
too.
do we do that? I don't know how we do that, because of the people who have all the money. They don't want it to change.
Yeah, they don't want to give it up.
Right. Well, I'm not saying, give it up. Like, not, we just, I don't know. We need to find a different thing.
Well, that's the whole, and it's a story that everybody talks about whenever something like this comes up. Look at, Nikola Tesla and Edison and all these people that had these inventions, and look at the people that stood to lose if those things became, like his free energy stuff. Who stood to lose from that? Westinghouse, General Electric, all the big companies that were already billion-dollar industries in like the 50s and 40s. Like, I mean, they I mean, that happens now. You get these big companies, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they buy up competition, not because they want to use that thing, because it's competition. Then they mothball it and you never see it again.
Yeah. Well, think about how many problems there are that
stop whining.
That we don't solve because and our excuse is that it's too expensive.
Yes.
It's stupid. Like, we're supposed to be the most advanced species on the planet. We just need to start acting like it.
We might be, but I mean, that's just because we don't eat our own shit.
I'm gonna advance my hangover.
Or fling it around.
Yeah. What is it? Is that a bottle of Jack?
Whistle pig, piggyback.
What the heck is
Oh.
that?
6-year-old. It's a 6-year-old rye.
Rye. What is that? Bourbon? Whiskey?
bread?
Ah, rye
Oh.
bread. It's got those little
I
seeds in
wouldn't
it.
eat that. I wouldn't eat that.
Oh my god, that's probably rancid.
Ooh, that was good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got like the week old beer that was sitting in the fridge in the garage. So you know,
Oh man, is that why? One of the ladies at work asked me. She's like, "Yeah, right." Looking at my eyes, yeah, I look like I've had the shit kicked out of me all week.
what'd you do? You smoking the ganj?
No, no, it probably would help. With the snow that we had, I already had a whole
Oh
lot in there.
yes,
I just topped it off a little.
nightcap.
With the snow that we had, we with snow and then into freezing it, cleaning it was really kind of a pain in the ass. So I spent all week attempting to clear our entrances.
Ah,
And I literally probably spent like a good 4 hours a day. And Wednesday afternoon, Thursday is when it started to, like, salt started to work. So
yeah. Well, shit. When it was what -30, that stuff half the time that stuff doesn't work below like
Oh.
10.
yeah, so I mean, it was just a circumstance where the salt or plowing, you got a guy that would plow for you.
Good
He would
lord.
plow, it wouldn't throw salt down because, well, it probably was still coming down. And if you threw salt down, it, was
Didn't
just
work
going to melt and
anyway.
turn to ice. And by the time our plow guy got there, half of it was frozen, into like a 2-inch block, anyways. So
Yeah, I went out this morning because we got like 3 inches again, or maybe a little bit less. And I shoveled on lunch, and like where the wife left for work and drove, like it had already frozen into like a block of ice, and I'm like, I'm not just leave it. I didn't even put salt on it at that point.
yeah, no, yeah, I spent all, yeah, it's nonsense. So yeah, that explains why looking at my eyes in this, I look like this one looks like it's like I look like Japanese, and this one's a little bit bigger.
Damn, you ugly.
Yeah. I look
Quote,
like
quote,
one of
Duke
the guidance counselors today was like, "Yeah, right." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." I'm like, it's just that time of year where
You're
people in my
overworked.
people in my position, yeah, we're overworked. We're shoveling. We're doing snow removal. And then we still have our normal
Yeah, you're 9 to 5.
workload. Yeah, the
Yep.
normal workload, even at this, So it's just that time of year where I had my ass kicked. So,
Well, thankfully, it's only like another month.
oh man,
How
I
do you
was
sign up?
What's that?
How do you sign up?
For what?
for debt
Oh, for that?
consolidation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Don't sign up for fucking student loans if you're not going to pay them back. How's
Yeah,
that?
John.
Yeah. Hey. Well,
Oh,
hey.
sorry.
I'm telling you, debt school loans are a fucking scam because
Yeah.
they're designed to put you in debt, dude. I mean, my daughter, like, so she's only been in college 2 years, but the whole thing is as long as you're in school, you don't have to pay anything back. You
Yeah,
can,
correct.
you can choose to pay like down some of the interest, down some of the stuff, put $100
Well,
a month or
it's
whatever.
designed to put you in debt. Well, no offense, if you're not going to have the capability when you get out of school to pay your student
That's
loans,
the other problem.
you sign on the fucking line.
Yeah.
If I take my car and I tell I forget who has the note, the deed to my car. Hey, sorry guys, I can't pay my car note. What are they gonna do? They're gonna come repo the motherfucker. I can't.
Can't-
I
can't you-
signed. It was me.
Can you
I
declare
signed it.
Chapter 11?
Probably.
Is it
13?
11
Which
or
chapters is
7?
it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then how am I going to get to work? When I signed for my student loans for the HVAC,
Well,
I'm the one that signed
one of
for those
them-
student loans.
One of those bankruptcy ones lets you keep your assets and come up with like a
Yeah, that's what
repayment
I'm
plan.
saying.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this student loan forgiveness nonsense is a load of horseshit.
But see,
So-
Dan, the other
Well, how
problem
do
with
they
that,
repo?
Why
How do
am
they
I
repo
paying?
what's in your brain?
Why am I paying?
right?
Well, they just take away your degree.
Yeah,
No
or they
offense.
or they tank
It's
your
invalid.
they tank your credit so you can't get anything else.
Well,
You
hackers
can't.
already have it.
Yeah,
My
that's
credit.
true. That's true. That's
I don't give a
true.
shit.
Yeah, very
I
true.
don't-
Yeah. Well, I signed up, when I went to school for HVAC, I signed up, I
Right.
signed the loans. When I got out of school, it was, yeah, you can, apprentice with, so and so, John's HVAC and plumbing. But we're gonna pay you $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't live on $10 an hour. I made more at the college that I worked at. Now, don't get me
Yep.
wrong. If we're gonna apples to apples at that point, at this point in my life, I'd probably be close to retirement. Actually, I'd probably still be at work right now, but I'd probably be close to retirement, and I probably would be making. I got guys in the HVAC world at like Ameritemp or Altoff, Hill Mechanical. These guys are making 150 plus.
Yeah, but
So
they've done their time in the trenches for 30 years.
So
Right.
had I stayed with that $10 an hour,
But I
and
mean, I
worked
think
my way up, I'd be making a shit ton of money.
I
And
mean,
I'm not
we-
making anywhere near that. So
we talked about that a couple times, like with, once you get into a job, because life expects you to basically support yourself, support your family, whatever. And you should. I mean, I'm not saying you should be a deadbeat, but like, even if you're in a job you don't like so many people are, they can't afford to change or start over because they won't make enough starting at the bottom again.
you know how many times I've done that in my life?
I mean,
I
but
made when I went to Harper. Do you know how much money I made? I don't think I made $15 an hour when I went
Right.
to Harper.
but if you're in a job where you're making 40, 50K a year, which that may not be a lot, but it's something, and it's a
That's
lot
what I
more
was
than other
making.
people have.
That's what I was making at the insurance replacement company, and then I took a job making we'll call it 15 an hour. What's 15 an hour?
Wow, that's less than 40 grand.
Less than 30 grand a year.
Yeah.
I went from it was like 44 is what I made at the insurance replacement.
Yeah,
And then I got bonuses and stuff like
yeah.
that. So I
Well,
mean,
40 bucks an hour is roughly what, 40 grand a year?
no,
Or is it? No.
No. What?
No, it's roughly 80 grand a year. Sorry.
yeah. So yeah, 15 times 2080. I was making 31,000 a year at the college.
Gee.
Little less than that. I was probably clearing 30. And I was making 44. I was making like 10 grand more. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I ain't rich,
But if you said, "Oh, I hate
wouldn't get
doing
an extra
this.
cheese at
I
the Whopper."
wanna do electric. I want to do plumbing. I want to go be a journeyman lumber guy. Framing, roofing, whatever." You're gonna start at the bottom. You're gonna go to that union, and they're gonna start you at 10, 12 bucks an hour, whatever it was, 10 years ago.
10
And-
years ago, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't know what the scale is now, but yeah, 10
but-
years ago, yeah,
but I
it was
mean,
crap.
Yeah, and that's the problem is I look at we had this problem. I know we had this problem at work where when everybody was bitching post COVID, during COVID about oh, we got to increase the rates and we want 15, 20 bucks an hour, whatever it is. When people who work in an office setting are making 12 bucks an hour for 5 days a week, 40 hours, and they're making less than the barista that makes 18 bucks an hour to make your coffee every morning. There's
think I'd
a
rather-
disparity there. But
I think
I'd
I'd rather- well-
rather be a barista because you know what? I log out and my day's done. That's it. I'm not fucking on the clock. I'm
No,
not
I don't think I
doing
would want to be a
overtime.
barista. Well, as much as I love coffee, I love a good cup of coffee, but no offense, it's not like everybody's rolling in there going, yeah, I want, just give me a black coffee. Give me a French vanilla.
Right.
Give me a mocha chocolate latte, 30 pumps of soy and 10 sugars, and 35 of
you're-
the raspberries, and
You have to be an
and-
artist to be there, a barista.
Yeah, you got to make those cool
gotta
like
be a-
designs with the cream.
Yeah,
You gotta be
I
like
can-
a
yeah.
chef almost. Like an office
can-
worker, you just have to know how to ding around Excel.
Hey, that's fine with me. You're
Google it
you're
or-
gonna pay me mediocre. I'm gonna give you mediocre.
Yeah,
work.
Yeah, you can just chat GPT it, John.
Yep.
I could just be like a teacher right now.
So what's the
You want mediocre work?
what's what's the term now? Don't act your age, act your wage.
title? That's like saying title dictates behavior.
No, well, I
no,
mean,
Well-
but honestly, like if they hire you as a insurance guy, and your whole job is to look at claims, process them, whatever. All of a sudden, your boss comes to you.
Carrier.
Your boss comes to you and says, "Oh, here's 10 other things you got to do, but we're not giving you an increase." Then you know what? Then something ain't getting done because you're not paying me enough to do extra work above and beyond. Because if the guy sitting next to me quits and I got to pick up his slack, like you're not paying me extra. You're not paying me 2 salaries. Why do I got to do 2 salaries worth of work?
Well, hey, I mean, if you're not happy with the way you're treated at your current position,
Oh yeah, everybody's
said
well
this-
within their right to leave.
I've said this all the time, and I'm very happy, for the most part. Every time I've said this, I was happy at the position I was in, and then things would go haywire, and then I would leave. If I was unhappy, I would leave.
Yep, and that's what
If you're
everybody
not
should
happy
do.
in your position, leave.
But the problem is like what I'm saying is it's hard to change industry, to change that profession. There's no way you could say like, oh,
I went from a car audio installer to the mortgage industry
but
to
Yeah, but you were in your 20s and
Insurance.
30s.
right, if
to
you're
insurance.
try doing that now. Try going and becoming an electrician, starting from scratch at $15 an hour. Support the
I'd go be
family,
an
support
electrician.
that mortgage, support that car payment you got right now on
I'm the wrong
$15 an
person
hour.
to say that to because I could go be an electrician. I have HVAC experience. I have
But
electrical.
the problem
experience.
is you're gonna start at the bottom because you haven't worked for that union for how long, or you haven't worked for that company.
I'll
They're
just
not gonna
go-
they're
I'll
not
just-
gonna you're not gonna make a lateral move and make the same amount of money.
plumbing.
That's the problem.
I know enough plumbers. I know enough electricians. I'm not going to roll in at the bottom.
I don't know. I see. I beg the difference because you know people that can get you in doesn't mean they're going to get you in the top ranks.
No,
you
not
still
at the
got
top
you still
ranks,
got to
but-
you still got to do your time in the trenches with everybody else.
Oh yeah, you still got
And
to
then
do that.
and then if you don't, the union makes sure of that because everyone's
Unions-
got to be fair.
Unions are not what they used to be.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
they
everybody's all,
they're still going
"Oh,
to protect
pro-
their own. They're not going to let some new guy
No,
come in who's
no,
never worked
I've
there.
I've been in 2 unions, and both of them were about as useful as a hangover the next day.
Well, yeah, I mean there's good and bad. I mean, I
The
don't know.
one the
It's
union at Jewel was trash.
well,
and
dude,
then
it's a
the
freaking
union-
grocery union. What do you expect?
Hey, it's still a union, Union Brethren, and then the union at the college. The union at the college was the biggest waste of time and money that anybody could have ever said.
But that was public, right? That's a government. So isn't that like they have to be union, right? Isn't that part of their whole deal?
No, they didn't have to be union.
Well, I mean, it's a public school, right? Isn't it? I mean, it's like a state-run college. Isn't it?
I'm not union.
Well, yeah,
I'm a-
that's
I'm a
true. Yeah, you're a
STEM.
public school. That's true. Well, you guys don't have. Do you guys have? You guys don't have a teachers union, right? That's about it.
Teachers union, and that's
Yeah.
another worthless and outfit is the teachers union.
I don't know. I think we've
No,
talked about
no,
this
see-
before too. But are teachers underpaid? Yeah. Is that the union's fault? I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah, I think it is because if you're going to sit there and claim that unions pay better and unions have this and unions have that,
I think
Prove
a
it.
lot of it. I think a
prove it.
lot of it
It's not the
is.
'70s where some dude came in, a couple guys came into your office and said, "Hey, this is what you're going to pay them. Otherwise, you're not going to have
But
anybody on,
if-
working for the next month.
If you have
And
any
Your brains are going to
public
be splattered on the back wall."
But if you have any public school, like your high schools, your grade schools, whatever, you can go onto the website and look up what the people make that work at that because they're public
Yes.
people.
Yes,
Right?
Yes, you can. Yes,
I can look at a CPS teacher in the city of Chicago, inner city, and they get paid, 40 grand, 50 grand to deal with fucking hoodlums, gangs, getting stabbed, getting shot, whatever.
And don't
I
go to
could-
be a teacher.
I can look at, you know, out by frickin' Medina, next to the country club, the school out there. The base salary for those teachers is $100K.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what's the disparity there? I don't think that's
Location.
the union. It's the location. It's not the union that I think that dictates
Location,
that.
you know,
It's how much money the schools are getting.
You know, and then tenure. Tenure is also a very, you know, how
It
long have you
is,
been a
yeah.
teacher? You know, Stevenson
Yeah.
paid their teachers
Yeah.
fairly well from what I understand.
Well,
where
look
I'm
it
at
up. I mean,
now-
it don't matter where you're at right now. I mean, look it up. Look up the
Granted,
school. Look up,
granted,
you know.
at the school I'm at, and these people are asking for another referendum, which that's a whole nother discussion that I'm not going to get into.
But see, you as a citizen, you have that ability to say,
I identify as an immigrant.
immigrant. I know what they make. I know where the money goes. I'm paying my taxes towards this.
We
You
have
have a
substitute
right to
teacher.
show up to that meeting and say, where is this referendum going? What is this money for? Show me how it's going to be used. And everybody as a citizen can demand that. Now, whether or not the school chooses to follow that, that's another thing.
My
know.
opinion on the referendum, I will leave when I'm not exhausted and not in a Dilligaff moment. Because
They're always
discussing
in a
that with,
Dilligaff moment.
lately, but that is a topic for another day. Is the referendum? But we have a substitute teacher who sits there, comes in, plays his guitar, sings to the kids, has a good time. He's a babysitter, basically, is what
Yeah.
he is. He's not. He made $70,000 a couple of years ago. I'm in out of we were being told statistics today. There are out of 420, I think he said it was 420 schools. We are financially at the bottom.
Jesus.
You know, over the last couple of years, 10 years, we might go to like 396, but for the most part, we're like 410.
Wow.
We're one of the poorest schools in Wisconsin.
But see, that's
You're
not
gonna
right.
tell me you have a substitute making $70,000
Right.
to come in here and play the guitar for these kids?
Yep.
Um,
That guy's got it easy.
I like him, but as the taxpayer, no. Well, he's not
Yeah.
going to be making $70,000 a year to sit there and play fucking guitar and babysit my kids.
I think the other problem is if you're going to pay, say, half of that, you're unfortunately going to get what you pay for.
Yeah, I can give you a list of other teachers in that school that deserve the $70,000 that he's
Oh,
making
sure.
versus,
I'm sure.
you know.
But if they're not, and I don't know how, like, because I wasn't aware of this either. I didn't realize this. So when we moved here, my wife got a job at a school in Addison as what they call the parapro, the paraprofessional, basically somebody who sits, which
Yeah.
I understand the need for this because the fucking teacher can't do her own job. You got to have somebody sit in the room with them and help. I don't, whatever.
We've got a handful of those because we got kids that have some behavioral
I get
issues.
it. I get it. If you're getting 40 kids in a classroom, it makes sense, dude. The school in Addison had like 12 kids. Okay, I'm sorry. Like,
I
but
remember these
whatever.
behavioral kids had their own little rooms.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't get put in the same rooms with the regular kids.
But so here's what I'm getting at. She did that there. She didn't
Yeah.
require a certificate, didn't have a bachelor's, didn't have a master's. But their requirement was that was as high as you could get without that. So if you wanted to be a teacher, they were more than happy to say, hey, you can come in, you can do this. But
Yeah.
if you want to pursue and be a teacher, you got to go get your degree. You got to, do your time in the trenches. I come to find out, I didn't realize this was everywhere. There's
Yeah.
some school districts, some cities that don't have that requirement. They'll hire anybody off the fucking street that says, "Oh, I want to be a teacher. I've got some experience or whatever."
Yeah,
you
I
know?
forget what ours is. I'd have to.
That's bizarre to me
I'd have to
because you're
pay
basically
attention.
putting anybody in that room with kids, and like you don't, I don't care what age those kids are. I don't
mean,
know
you
who the fuck
still
this
have to go-
person is.
You still have to go through a background check and
Okay,
all that
but
stuff. So,
you know, you could still have weirdos and pedophiles that don't have any fucking shit on the record.
mhm.
You know, it's
But
always
you
the,
could do
what
that
is it?
anyway. You could have a regular
Yeah,
teacher go through school, and he could be a sicko, and
yeah, just snap or
same
whatever.
thing.
Yeah,
So, I mean, look at all these teachers that are getting popped for doing, things. Wow, I do look like hell. If anybody thinks I look like hell, please comment in the bottom. And if I'm a little crass today, I apologize. I
that's all right.
obviously I look like this.
I look like hell because I put the blur effect on the background, so I don't have to see the dirty room behind me.
You're still thinking over here. It's not.
Really? I see. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stream on my phone, and I see, well, yours and mine. I don't see Dan doesn't have one, so Dan's the odd man
Yeah.
out.
Dan's smart.
I got an email a
Ronda
while back.
Rousey.
I get, yes, I said, I know it's not Ronda Rousey, but that's hilarious. I got an email not too long ago, and somebody asked why the other guy doesn't turn his camera on.
He doesn't want all the women to stalk him.
Yeah, he's got to save some of that pee for us.
Dan, no offense, I love you, but I don't want none of that pee, man. Sorry. Are you there?
He's probably
He's still
laughing
there?
his ass. He was drinking, I think. He might be. He already made passed out on the floor.
Dude, it's 8:30 on a Friday. I've never been passed out at 8:30. Well, unless I
Wait a
was
minute.
drinking.
I'm
Thursday.
gonna find the message in WhatsApp that said, "Oh, I almost passed out on the couch." You sent it like 6:30.
Oh, I almost passed out on the couch, but not from drinking.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I almost passed out on the couch from just getting.
Wait a minute. I
crap
remember
kicked
getting
out of
phone calls at like 4 in the afternoon. Who is this? Why'd you call me?
No, that was like 11 o'clock at night. But yes, that was.
Where's
if
my
if you got
bottle
a-
of Malibu?
If you get a phone call from me, and I was intoxicated, I probably had been drinking all day.
Okay, this is how intoxicated Eric was. We're dating ourselves here. We had pagers. I get a page 911. I'm at
I
home
could've-
doing
I
nothing
could have
because
sworn you paged me.
I call him back and he's like, "Who is this? Why'd you call me?" Or why no? Yeah, who's this? Why'd you page me? I'm like, Eric, I called you because you paged me. Where's my bottle of Malibu?
Where's my model of Malibu?
Yes,
Yep,
that's right.
That's when we were drinking
And
Malibu.
I think I remember Rob telling us he woke up on his front lawn the next day.
No, I only did that once, and
I was like, Jesus, Eric.
yeah, there was one year I did wake up on the front lawn at my parents' house.
Was it your parents' house or was it Rob's house? I don't remember.
That night we were at Rob's sister's house, but we went to the night I woke up in my front lawn, my parents' front lawn. We went to alumni club. It was me, Ben, and Brian.
Wow.
And we got there a little early. I don't know, maybe like 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. So there wasn't a lot of people there. And we walk in, and we're looking for our bartender, Bobby. And
Oh, hold on a sec. Well, keep
Uh-oh.
going. I'll be right back.
okay, but we're looking for our bartender, Bobby. And we finally see him, and he well, after kind of breaking everybody's stones a little bit, he told Brian, "I didn't think you were that tall." I forget what he said about Ben, and he's like, "Eric, I didn't think you looked that Guido," because I had slick back hair at the time.
Guido.
And he's our bartender, so he knows exactly what our drinks are. So we just, he's like, the usual, yeah, Brian Diet and Bacardi, Ben Corona or whatever it was. And at the time, I was drinking a lot of Captain Morgan and 7-Up.
Oh God! Into the 7 and 7, is that what they call that?
No, well, maybe, I don't know. But at the time, I was drinking a lot of Captain and 7-Up, and he's like, "Yeah, you're drinking Captain and 7, right?" I go, "Yeah." I didn't realize till after like the 6th one, because I watched him make the 6th one. At least in my mind, that's what I remember. He was giving me Captain Morgan and Seagram 7.
That's a 7 and 7. I just googled it.
That is why I ended up at my parents' mailbox.
Yeah. Wow.
Just horking my brains out. And oh God.
Porking.
Yeah, that was a rough night. That was yeah. I was mildly inebriated,
Nice.
but that's what happened when I went out with Brian and Ben all the time. It's an alumni club in Schaumburg. Shout out to alumni. It's not there anymore.
They're gone, huh?
Mm-hmm. Thank God. But let's see. Do we have anything fun today?
I was watching a podcast, conspiracy podcast, but we won't go into the depth of this, where they talked about Mount Rushmore, right?
Oh, like the secret library or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
so
like that.
they call it the Hall of Records. That was originally planned to be there, right?
Yeah, they
So-
did that in National Treasure.
So I guess ultimately
episodes,
the guy that was carving it, or that they commissioned to do it, like he had all kinds of problems. He wanted to change it. Original plan was to make all of the presidents down to like their waist, and then
Yeah.
put like I think Constitution or something next to it on engraved on the wall, the rock face. Well, they found out
Yeah.
there wasn't enough room. The rock going down, to try and extend the presidents down wasn't like the right type, or wasn't supporting enough. It was crumbling. So they nixed the whole idea, basically fired the guy, and said it's done in its current state, which is why that Hall of Records never got finished. But then I guess what they did later on is they put copies. They wanted to use it initially for future civilizations and generations to be able to have a record of exactly like what was going on in the world at that time.
Yeah.
So they took and carved copper or brass, some form of metal. They basically carved plates.
It was
with-
copper. if I
Yeah,
recall
that's something
correctly.
that like doesn't rust or doesn't decay. They carved like the whole story behind Mount Rushmore, who the people were, what it stood for, all that stuff. And like everybody knows it's there, so there's no secret about it. But I guess they put this giant like limestone door, like a couple 1,000-pound thing to cover it, so nobody could get in there. And they just basically, it's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
So what I don't understand, I'm watching this thing and they're talking about how they did it. They dug the hole, they put a hole in Lincoln's head, basically, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Nobody thought that was in like poor taste. Like, I mean, it's Lincoln, right? That's, you see where I'm going with this? I don't understand that. Like somebody was like, "Hey, I got an idea."
Hey,
What
you
do
know
you-
what?
what is it?
That
Can you say it again?
that's showbiz,
Eh,
and they made the Hall of Records a nice big wide open space in Lincoln's head on
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
they put a hole in Lincoln's head to put the Hall
They
of
put a
Records.
hole in Lincoln's head.
Oh, wah, wah,
Right.
wah.
Hey, you know what?
Wasn't in poor taste, right?
That's showbiz, baby. Sometimes you got one that hits, sometimes you don't. I'm still waiting for one that hits.
Yeah.
You know who's waiting for one that hit? The submarine guy.
Oh God, yeah, he can wait.
Wah, wah, wah.
Where did I see now that guy, his buddy, his partner, the guy that said he
Yeah.
wanted to send people to Saturn or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now he wants to do some like long distance flight or something. And I'm like, what? So you failed at going underwater. Now you're going to put people in the air and crash them into the ground? Like he
Into the
wants to,
sun?
yeah, like he wants to do some like long distance, like basically a what the hell was the one the big jet that flew from like across the ocean really fast? The fuck was it called?
Concord?
Yeah, the Concorde. He wants to do something like that, but he wants to like privatize it and make it smaller and do it like so people can pay him $300,000 a trip.
What is he doing? He's going to do like the Defiant or something?
I don't
I've
know.
actually been watching DS9.
Like-
Oh, whoa.
Oh, knocked over the camera. Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I've been watching DS9 a lot. Speaking of the
Nice.
Defiant, I'm not a big fan of Cisco. I mean, I can deal with them, but I really like DS9.
I like Cisco, man. His thong song was really like, that was a banger.
I was actually, I was at the
Um,
gym yesterday, and this one DJ was on Instagram was playing hits from the '90s, and they played some Drew Hill, and I was like,
Oh, nice.
"Ooh, Drew Hill,
um,
Jagged Edge."
that guy who wants to build the fast airplane, what's he do? What's he do?
I don't know. He
What's
was
his job?
he was the partner that built the stupid submarine company that everybody died in. Going to the
Well, I'm just
Titanic.
wondering if he's ever done anything, you know, or is he just
I
one?
don't know.
Is he? Does he just say insane things?
And pays.
And
He's,
then
so he's an Elon Musk.
And some people send their reps, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a great idea," and they just give him money, like Sam,
Yes.
the FSX guy, FTX.
Oh, Sam Bankman-Fried. Yeah,
Yeah,
SPF.
it's just like you and I were talking about the auditors. They just send some sales reps
Yep.
who don't know anything, and they're like, "Oh, it's a great idea."
They're
Give him money.
senior VPs. Good idea. Let's get on that right away.
Yeah.
No, good ideas. I read this the other day, multiple different places. Speaking of things in the now instead of me just being a smartass or trying to be a smartass to get a laugh. You know that plane that lost the panel while they were flying and had to
Oh,
land?
yeah, the door.
That
Yeah.
Alaskan Air, yeah. There's a class action lawsuit right now. Well, what? No shit. There's a class action lawsuit. The suit alleges that Boeing delivered the plane with a faulty door plug, knowingly delivered the plane with a faulty door plug, and Alaska management had deemed the aircraft unsafe to fly over the ocean. So they had already deemed that plane unsafe to fly over the ocean, but they continued to fly it on land. Multiple pilots that had flown that plane reported that they had pressurization alerts 3 times.
In previous flights?
Previous flights, they had received pressurization alerts 3 times, but it was put back into service with restrictions not to fly to Hawaii. So they knew it had issues, but then they still put it up in the air over land.
I mean,
What's
not
what,
surprising.
now, one, I have a question. What's the difference between flying over land and flying over water, aside from where you're going to crash?
Well, yeah, collateral damage at that point.
What would be the reasoning that Boeing, Alaska Airlines, United Airlines, whoever, why would you deem an airplane unfit to fly from, say, here to California to Hawaii, but it's okay to fly from California to, say, Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go California to like Chicago or New York. We'll give a nice.
Easier to find a wreckage and people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still haven't found that Malaysian airline.
It was MH380 or whatever it is.
Yeah, MH380.
Did you see that one? Did you see that? Speaking of aliens, did you see that one I posted that took off in Miami and to come back?
Yeah, I started to see something about that.
Did you see
what
the
happened?
video? Like, so I guess it took off, got out over like Miami Beach, a little bit over the ocean, and it had to turn around, come back for emergency landing because they lost like engine control. And there's a video, although I don't know, it's Twitter, so believe what you want, of the plane coming into land, and it's on fire. Like there's fire spewing out of it. And I'm like, Jesus, like it's a Atlas Air, which I don't know what type of plane that is. Oh, 747, Boeing 747.
That's not gonna fucking fly again kind of plane.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, like, is this like an inside job? Like, are terrorists just be like, you know what? Fuck flying planes into buildings. We'll just make it look like accidents now.
Do you think that plane would be okay to fly over the ocean?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it had to, there's plenty of
because then you can put it out.
Yeah, there's plenty of water.
I've
seen Lost. I know how that story ends.
I never actually watched Lost. When that came out, actually, there's a long story behind that, but I never actually watched Lost.
Same.
I liked it. It was pretty good.
I never saw it either.
It
was a good mindfuck show.
I heard it was just like purgatory. Spoiler alert.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think it was Stop Whining. It was
This is the bad place.
yes, the bad place. Yeah, I don't remember what the hell the ending was now. It's been like well over 20 years. That came out a long time ago.
Let's see.
Was mankind involved?
Yes.
I'm looking to see what I got left in the tank for talking about.
I saw Amazon wants to start charging for Alexa.
Oh, seriously?
God.
Yeah.
I will toss my Voldemort
I will
out
too.
without even thinking
That
about
shit
it.
will that shit
Same.
will go out the fucking window. I don't care.
Yeah.
I love having my Voldemort, but I will be so upset if they start charging for that.
Like they're like, oh, Prime users will get it for free, and I'm like, well, yeah, but you're just gonna jack up the price of Prime. It doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I'm a Prime user. That's fine.
I mean, we
Yeah, but
only
they're gonna
use it for
charge
the
you.
weather.
Yeah, that's about it.
Like, and we can just look outside. Like, we don't, we don't need
like
it.
it's hilarious because like we thought I still have the OG Echo, the tall one, the, like
yeah.
the first one that came out, right? And then I've
Yep.
gotten like multiples over the years. Like there's one up in our bedroom in the bathroom because like when I'm taking a shower and getting ready, I want to hear it. You know, the wife listens to it. I got one downstairs the kids use, and it's like I wanted to get one because I got that video doorbell, and I'm like they have this one with a screen, and you can put it on there and like you could see like, hey, show me the doorbell, and I'm like thinking like I got a fucking app on my phone. I got an app on my phone. I don't need the damn thing. I can just pull up my phone because it's always with me anyway.
So with Alexa in the shower, do you hear the?
I do.
All the
I do.
time?
Yeah. Actually, it's more like giggling. And I have to keep telling them it's because it's cold water, but they don't listen.
right.
She doesn't listen.
Let's
That's
see.
funny.
Is Mountain Dew considered the cigarettes of soda? I mean, I don't know how I can elaborate on that, but to me it seems like they're
Like
the
because so many
cigarettes of
people
soda.
want it. Like they're just
what?
addictive.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I
I,
don't like
think
Mountain.
Mountain
I
Dew
don't like,
tastes gross.
yeah, I don't like
it.
Mountain Dew.
I
Let
like
me
Mountain Dew.
let me
I
retract that
they have a
statement.
Mountain Dew Zero. Did you know that?
I like the code red. I don't know why. It's
They have a
tastes.
Code Red Zero.
Do they? I mean, I'll give it a try. I guess whatever. I like the code red. I don't like the regular Mountain Dew. I never
haven't
tried the
had
what is it? The
regular.
Baja Blast that Taco Bell had. I never tried that.
I think I now this may be. I hold on. I think they have a Baja Blast Zero.
Jesus, everything's zero.
Hey,
Zero
look at-
flavor.
Yeah, zero. There's zero. Yeah, Baja Blast Zero. Sorry, I don't drink a lot of soda. Well, with you guys chatting on here, I'll drink soda. But
Yeah.
on a normal, like, we'll say Saturday to Friday night, I don't drink a ton of soda.
Monday
But
to
when I'm
Friday
here
flight.
well, I do. I try to allow myself one day to just kind of,
Cheat.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. I was gonna say, it's not really cheating. It's eating like 4 small children worth of crap.
Oh, okay. I
No.
thought you could say eating 4 small children.
No, I just like today I had 3 crumble cookies. I had fish fry with mastacholi.
How are those crumble? Everyone says they're like. I've never had them. I've heard people say they're like ass because they make them out of like a fucking box mix.
Super, super rich. I like them.
Really?
But they're super rich. Like there is a ton of sugar in them. I like
Yeah.
them. There's one
They're a
in
gimmick.
DeKalb that's good.
Aren't they like
That I-
crazy expensive too?
Yes.
I think so. I don't know. The school paid for them today, so
Ah,
so I had
They're
3
kind
of
of
them.
gimmicky. They have a different flavor like every week, right? They add
Gimmicky is a
flavor.
very good one. I like
okay.
their pancake one. They have a pancake one that's got like a syrup and like a sugar cookie, and then they have like a little butter sugar thing on top.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really had a desire. That like the cupcake stuff didn't really appeal to me. When cupcakes
Oh
were
God, I
big.
missed the cupcake store. The
Yeah.
cupcake store in Lake Zurich, down the street from what? Oh God, what's the name of that bowling alley in Lake Zurich? Lake Zurich Bowl. It's
Rand Lanes? Is that the one on Rand?
no, the one off of 12 in Lake Zurich. I shot my 300 there.
I remember going to one with your ex and her wife, or her mom, I think before you guys did the wedding. We went to one out by
bowling alley?
no the cupcake place. I went there with you guys for some reason.
Oh, probably Couture Cupcake.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
wasn't impressed. I mean, like like
I miss
whatever.
those cupcakes. There was like crack in that, and like the cupcake was okay. It was the frosting that was like
Yeah,
they had 20 pounds of cocaine put in there or something. I don't know what they did.
there's a lady over here that opened like a cupcake bakery type thing, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I don't know. She must be doing pretty good because she moved into a bigger building now. But like
Heck yeah.
I don't. I mean, like I don't know. I mean, cakes like some of the way that these things are made, it's like I don't know. It's like not the same. They're either too
Yeah.
thick and heavy, or like they've got that really thick buttercream.
I like me some. Never mind.
Yeah, just goth, thick and heavy. What?
Apostrophe AI.
Maybe I'll turn that
It's
on after the podcast so we can mess around with it again.
yeah, I hope so. Is it on this Discord channel?
No, it's not
No.
even running. It's funny because I was telling Dan about it. Like I don't run it all the time because when you guys do that shit, like kick off a lot of those things, it like kills my computer. I can't do anything else.
If anybody is curious as to, this is not a touchscreen. We have a private chat going on where we have an AI
Yeah.
generator, and we're children basically.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, we are, yeah.
You give a bunch of guys, like basically free reign over an AI, and that's look at what comes out of it.
We're children. So I understand that. I fully embrace the fact that I am a child.
I was like I said last night, I was just playing with it while I was watching some YouTube videos, and like I was feeding it song lyrics, like without any other prompts, and I'm like, I did Boys in the Hood, and like some of the stuff like you came up with, I was like, holy crap, and then I did WAP, which was a mistake.
Yeah, well, even just listening to that song.
Yes, yeah. I needed to like wash my ears out after listening to that.
I'd rather listen to Milli Vanilli sing "Blame It on the Rain" by themselves without that.
Oh God, I'm sure
Actually,
there's probably AI of them. There might be AI of them singing WAP. I don't know. We'd have to look.
There's a cut on Instagram. I'll see if I can find it where it's Milli Vanilli singing. Was it "Girl You Know It's True" or "Blame It on the Rain"?
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah. Oh God, Milli Vanilli doing "Oops, I Did It Again"
without the backing track, right?
yeah, without the backing track.
Like their own voices.
But
well,
yeah, it was their own voices.
That was the whole thing when they got busted, right? They were on stage, and the music cut out, and like just them singing was what people heard, and they started booing them off the stage.
Yeah, they were busted lip syncing, and now everybody lip syncs.
Yeah, I was just saying. So like, I don't like they were pioneers and ahead of their time. Basically, they got canceled for nothing.
I support Milli Vanilli. I'm gonna go on record, and I support Milli Vanilli.
Hashtag Milli Vanilli was right.
What the hell? One of my buddies just sent me a photo of. Is that a Gladiator? A Jeep Gladiator. I didn't even know you could do that. They have the cab where the car, like the seats and steering wheel and all that is. They have that lifted up, but they have the frame with the wheels and the motor and everything.
Oh, they're doing like a frame off Rusto?
Not on a Gladiator. Gladiator's like a 2020, but holy cow, I'll have to send you the picture. I didn't even know that Gladiators could do that. Okay.
Well, you could do a frame off on any car pretty much, as long as you take the...
I just didn't know. I don't know much about the Gladiators because they're new. I mean, I still want one, but
Nice.
I just wasn't. Speaking of Jeeps, you know what? I'm gonna save that for another day.
I was gonna say, you were having problems with yours, weren't you?
Oh, the other day, yeah, my electronic throttle control something and my traction control kicked on, and I was bringing my daughter out to the car to take her to daycare. Was that Wednesday? and she's chatting, so I'm just hearing, a little out of my right ear, and I heard my exhaust note, and it was just kind of like bop 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 bop. It didn't sound right, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
well, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, maybe I'm just crazy, and forget about it.
Got a hole in
Get
your
it.
exhaust.
No, I get in the car, and I got the two idiot lights on my dashboard, and I'm
Oh no.
like, oh great, okay. I'm like, don't freak out. It's like -35 right now. I'm like, it's probably just, hey,
It's
it's fuck,
angry.
it's
It's angry
angry
with
right
you.
now. Because it took a second to start. It took, and I pulled out of my driveway, and I was in limp mode all the way to school. I'm glad I only have a 600-foot drive, because I think I was doing like 10. It was like,
Jesus.
brrr. I'm like, ooh, this is not good. Pulled into the school parking lot, shut it off, turned it back on, and so far it's been good. So it was just,
Could have been the cold, yeah.
it was -35 or 33 or something like that. So no offense, I'm gonna blame it on the fact that it was cold.
That's the way to do it. Someone else's problem. Blame it
I had
on
a
blame it on
whole
someone.
bunch of other electronics go crazy at work, so that's fine.
I got into my car Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I was going out and starting it. Just because Kid Rocky. And then I was driving it around just to make sure, like I'd start it up because it was like 30 below.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I want to make sure it runs, it starts. And
I
then I
did that a
drove it.
couple times.
Yeah, I drove it around the block, right? So I'm going around the block, and like I ran it maybe about 20 minutes before I actually like got into it and drove it. And
Yeah.
like I turned the radio on, and it's a '03 Ford Taurus, so it's not like anything fancy. Like it's
Yeah.
still got knobs and buttons. So I turn the knob, turn the radio on. I hit the button for the station. It doesn't change. Like 10 minutes
Turn the
later,
radio on, turn the
10,
radio
10 minutes later, the station fucking changed. And I'm like, wait a minute. Right?
Ooh.
So then I hit another button and it changed immediately. And I'm like, all right, I'm just driving. And then it kept like how you hit the button over and like sometimes it resets the channel.
Yeah.
Like at least on this one it does. It kept doing that. Like like the button was sticking and I'm like, you fucking cold car.
Yeah, I gotta change the radio in my Jeep.
I should too. I don't drive. Dude, I don't drive it. I mean, like, what am I gotta go into work tomorrow or next week, and that's like the first time in probably like 4 months I've been in the office. So
the dash kit on yours. We thought the dash kit and shit for Dan's car was his caravan was
yeah,
rough. The dash kit for yours, when they had the football, Ford had the football style where it was like a football on your dash, and then
that's
they
what I
also had
got.
one, yeah,
Yep.
and then they had a square.
Yeah, mine's a
And those
football.
dash kits, those things were just obnoxiously expensive.
Yeah. Oh, looking at
Dash
it, I
kits used
noticed
to
the
be,
whole dash. It's all one piece. So like if you're gonna
yeah,
pull the radio, it's got those two slots for like the
four
tool.
keys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I've
like
got like 5 sets of
I
those.
looked online and there people are like, oh, in order to take the radio out, you still got to undo, like you got to take the dash off, but that whole piece
Mm-mm,
comes off.
mm-mm,
And I'm like,
mm-mm. No, you don't. You
just pop
just
those
take the
keys in,
port,
right?
you take the port keys in, you pop it,
It
radio
slides out.
comes out. Now yours, because uh, the FM tuner, that's just like a face.
It's behind the back seat.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
it should be on the
Driver's side, I think you
driver's
said.
side.
Yeah.
Driver's side, I think it is. Yeah, so and the dash kit. It comes with the dash kit and the wiring harness to run it all the way back.
But I don't have to take out the seat. I got to take out that panel in the back in the trunk.
No,
I
you
think is
just
what I
push it
saw.
over. You just
Is
pull
it?
it down.
Okay.
Yeah, just pull it down. You don't have to. People on the internet make things seem like it's 10 times harder than it is. It's no. And luckily your car, you can just kind of tuck the wires underneath it. I mean, if you
along
really
the like
want
the
to,
running board or whatever it is on the
yeah,
inside. Yeah.
if you really want to, you can pull the carpet back and tuck it down, which is preferred. But yeah, no, that car's easy. It's nothing
Nice.
to write home about. So yeah, it's nothing. That we used to do those. We used to do those in 20 minutes.
Do that in my sleep.
Who the hell is Do or Die?
Do or
Is that
die.
the Vixen? What's the Vixen?
The Vix.
McHenry, Illinois. It's a music festival. Who the hell is that? I don't know. Shit, I don't know. One of the ladies I used to work with, the 7-year-old's, my 7-year-old's best friend at school, her mom and I are friends on Facebook. So, and I used to work with her at the school too. So, she's at some joint in McHenry.
Nice. Joint.
Let's see. I saw something the other day that made me laugh. No, not that. Where's that? Not the Coco and Encanto. Somebody, you know those two Disney movies, Coco and
Yeah.
Encanto.
Yeah.
They connected the two. In Encanto, when the one little boy is getting his Antonio is getting his magical powers, you can see Mama Coco, the grandma, the great grandma from Coco. Although one is in Colombia and the other one is in Mexico. So you can see the Mama Coco, which is kind of neat. But this made me laugh. Dentists make their money from patients with bad teeth, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Then
think we've
why
talked
the
about
hell-
this.
Why are we buying toothpaste that says 4 out of 5 dentists recommend it?
Yep. I think we talked about that. Yeah. That's
I can delete that.
Huh.
Did you hear about Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers since we got the NFL playoffs?
no. What happened?
He tied Al Bundy's long-standing record for touchdowns in a single game earlier this year.
Yeah. What was that one game? It was like 80-80 or whatever the hell it was.
Polk High's all-time rushing leader, also known for his sales of women's shoes, congratulated CMC after the game. And the best piece of advice he could give CMC was to never get married.
Awesome.
Bundy's record has stood since 1966.
Jesus. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I can't believe the Dallas Cowboys got shellacked by the Green Bay Packers.
Dude, the Bills game. That was fucked up. The people
Bills-
were throwing when they were throwing the snowballs at each other.
What?
And then the fucking Bills won.
The Buffalo Bills are a good team. Josh Allen's, he's no joke.
Yeah, but they beat
Patrick
the,
Mahomes.
they beat the Steelers.
The Steelers, no offense, the Steelers are. This is gonna probably piss off our one listener. The Steelers are a mid team. They're not
they're mid.
what they were with Ben Roethlisberger and
Yeah, that's true.
Troy Polamalu and stuff like that. They're
Tiny Troy
they're
does his little hair product commercials now.
they're a half-rate team. So same with this year.
I love those Tiny Troy commercials.
Those are awesome.
They're awesome.
It's Tiny Troy. Tiny Troy, what are you doing in my hair?
They just like the Packers this year. They're a mid-grade team, but
Yeah.
they got hot.
What do you
And
what do
they-
you
they
say
just-
about the Bears? Are they mid?
Oh, the Bears suck.
Oh, no cap.
No
Do you
cap,
think-
for real.
Do you think that they should keep
Dead ass.
Justin Fields? Should they keep Fields? Go with Bilbo Baggins, or should they try to get this Caleb Haney or whatever the hell his name is from USC?
Caleb Haney. He's our franchise quarterback.
Whatever it is.
No, they
Caleb
need
Williams
to
or
keep
whatever.
Fields.
Yeah.
They should keep Fields. They're terrible
paying
at developing
way too much.
quarterbacks.
They're paying way too much money for him too, I think.
And Fields is a stud.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this
Thanks.
Caleb Haney or Caleb Williams or
it's
whatever
no
the
big
hell
deal.
his name is.
What
Who's
what
he
about
talking shit to?
what about the other guy? That guy from college. I'm not gonna say his name on the stream.
Caleb
Caleb
Williams?
Williams?
No, the guy that
Okay.
yeah.
Noah.
Yeah.
Noah?
Yeah,
No,
Noah.
he's he's not
He's
a
high
linebacker.
school.
Is he
He's
high
a
No, he's
school?
college.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
high
he was
school.
college. Holy shit.
Yeah, this year he's going to college.
That kid's gonna.
Yeah.
That kid's
You know
gonna be
who we
awesome.
need to. You know who the Bears need to pick up is General Booty.
General Booty.
It's out of OU. I
we need to bring back haha Clinton Dix.
think. General Booty, haha Clinton Dix, Michael Penix Jr., and Noah.
Yeah, Noah.
I'm not going to say his last name because that's
Yeah, that's gonna go against some kind of terms of service at YouTube and get us canceled.
that's if you don't know what I'm talking about or we're talking about this.
Noah
there's a,
N-word. This guy,
N-word.
yeah, he basically gave everybody the N-word pass because his name is that.
I think I might start watching college football.
I want to see
West
how the
Virginia.
commentators deal with that.
Just to see how they say, there's Noah
Yeah,
kid, you know.
Yeah, Noah.
here's this-
They're just gonna say Noah number blah blah blah.
Noah can, I want to see how they're going to
Kniggets?
get around that.
Noah
know.
Kniggets.
But
Niggas.
it's,
You ain't
I
got
don't-
shit all over him.
dude, I can't even. I'm not even going to make a joke about that because.
That guy.
Why does
man.
this eye look? This eye's closed. Here we go.
Oh, geez, just hold it open. There you go.
There we go. Hold it open.
Do the,
Why
do the
is that eye
cartoon with the
so-
toothpick.
Is he white or is he of the other? Is he a POC?
I think
He is a cracker.
Is he?
Oh,
What?
He is a
No way.
cracker. If you
is it
don't,
pronounced?
okay.
Is it
It-
pronounced
yeah.
the way?
Yes, it's Knigga. So anybody wants to look it up, please feel free.
Oh, he is a white guy. Yeah.
We
He's
know
from
we're not going to say the
He's
word.
from Indiana?
Why would you
don't you
name
know
your
our Nick?
kid Noah when his exactly.
Don't you
Your
know
parents,
that?
of course. Why would
Well-
you name your kid General with the last name Booty? I mean,
Well,
so-
how did they
K-
get that last name? Is what I wanna know.
Oh.
Knigga.
unless we're getting punked.
Oh,
But everybody's talking about Noah.
Better ask somebody. Let's see if this worked.
so they posted on Instagram the Knigga family. It's a family.
Did they spell
Family.
out each of the letters like that, or are you
They're-
saying the
no,
letters?
I'm saying that. I don't want because he
Oh,
says he
Oh,
goes
That's
he
amazing.
goes to
Dry January,
Instagram
I
to
just
talk
said-
about how to pronounce his name.
Oh no.
He wants
did? How
everyone to
did this-
know his name is safe for everyone to say as long as it's pronounced correctly. I'll bet you
Hold
it's
on.
like you probably say the K. It's a hard K.
He's got a thing where he says that. Hold on, where is this?
Yeah.
K.
What's his
How do you say
Instagram?
it?
K-
Kiga?
let's see. I hate these fucking articles.
Kiga. Noah Kiga.
I wonder if the N is silent and it's really Kiga.
No, no one silences an N.
I did not say
19.
that.
5:20 p.m.
Sorry, have you guys ever been to Paris? It's a random question, but it's not a random.
Oh, hold on.
There's multiple.
How do I view this on Instagram? Why is it so quiet? Damn you, Instagram.
Robert Griffin
It's a
III.
random question.
That's what I'm
That-
looking at.
It's not
The
a
guy.
That
It's a
and
random question.
IGGA can ball too. Seriously.
There's a song that says in Paris.
I know the song. I'm just asking him the question. I can't
Yeah, he's
give
talking to him. Here's his
the
Instagram
We've
post.
never
On
been
there.
to Paris.
I can't hear it. Probably because of the way it's piping the output through the speaker or the headset.
What are you saying?
I can't hear anything I'm playing because I got you guys like cranked up in the volume.
Oh yeah, I have the same problem.
Yeah, I just put. I don't know what he actually said.
How do you pronunciate the last name? So this is how you pronounce it. Noah Kniga. You said Kniga.
Kanega.
Kanega.
Can.
No, that's not how we're gonna say it.
No, Kanega. Nope.
Oh, Ega said,
Noah can. IGG. Like,
Kanega.
I-
Kanega.
I'm not gonna say it because I'm just not gonna say it because that's too close to that word and no.
Kanega is not that close to it.
But can it's too close for my comfort.
Yeah, that's true.
and
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I
Word is only 6 letters
and
long.
knowing the the
That's why.
like that's like a no-go zone. Sorry, I won't. I don't say that. Knowing what that word
So the funny thing
like
is
Ben?
even if he clears it up, and that's the way to say it, you know someone's gonna slip up or they're gonna intentionally say it wrong, just to cause some kind of shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And he said he's never been to Paris.
Yeah,
Ah, I get it. Sorry.
I don't. What is? Did I miss the joke? Was that way over my head? Because I don't get it.
Don't you know
Yeah,
that
you
song?
did. You don't know the song?
Am I gonna have to Google something I shouldn't?
No, it's fine. It's a Jay-Z and a Kanye West song.
Oh, I don't. Come on. When the hell have I ever listened to Jay-Z and Kanye West?
It's
Dude,
actually a really
that's-
good song.
Yeah, that song is it's got Will Ferrell in it.
What?
It's provocative.
Yeah, it's provocative.
Oh shit!
Gets
That's
people
actually the name
going.
of the. That's actually the name of the song.
Yeah.
Can't even say the name of the song because
And-
all we can say is
And in Paris. Yeah. And word in Paris.
He said he's never been to Paris.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So now the guy's just trolling everybody.
Oh, yeah. If that was my last name, I don't think I would even. I would do that all day, every day.
I'm gonna definitely buy a jersey though. You guarantee those Virginia jerseys are gonna sell the fuck out.
Do they have a booty jersey? I wonder if they do. I'm gonna go on
Booty!
Amazon.
Oh god. I mean, you could probably get one. I got the fucking Shane Falco jersey.
Yeah, I saw that. I put that on my. Okay, that is not what I wanted to look up.
Oh god, booty jersey. Safe search is off, Eric.
That was on Amazon.
You'd be surprised what you could find on Amazon.
General booty jersey. Sooners, $140. He's got official merchandise. I love booty.
Oh god.
General Booty Shop. The official General Booty Shop. Booty call. He's gonna make a mint on just that alone.
Oh my god.
Different t-shirts.
So this kid,
It's more than just a name.
this Noah kid, is now setting up his own merch to sell his own jerseys.
Wouldn't you?
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, that word, knowing the offensiveness and stuff like that.
He will
what that
sell
word
more
means,
jerseys than Patrick Mahomes.
but has he sold more than Travis Kelce ever since the Swifties took over?
High school
He's selling those jerseys.
high school star Noah teaches RG3 how to pronounce his last name. This kid's totally rolling with it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Take your 15 minutes of fame, dude, you know?
Yeah, I
God
agree.
damn. So I found his he goes to Lawrenceburg High School. Varsity football. God damn, dude. His page ranking now is 60,000 views.
Oh, you know it is because it's everybody going, no.
What is OLB? Well, online backer? Offensive linebacker?
Outside linebacker.
Outside. So I don't. And T's tight end. So he's
You don't know
outside line.
football or
I don't-
Kanye West? Come
No.
on.
I grew up in the mean streets of suburbia, Northwest Burbs, dude. West Side,
What's that?
Northwest suburbs. So he's 6'2", 205 pounds.
Oh snap!
He does a
Gee,
4.9 40-yard dash.
Hmm.
His vertical leap is 30 inches.
That's like half my body.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do
He
you hear who the new Highlander is? Sorry, I just saw this. We'll
Uh,
talk about this in a minute.
he could bench 250. That's I mean, Eric, you
That's
got him
nothing.
there.
Yeah, I got like another 150 pounds on him.
So he does 185-pound bench press reps of 8, and he does a 390 squat.
Please.
He can clean 235. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a fucking high schooler.
I don't power. Oh yeah, no.
I don't think you could do that in high school. There's no way you were benching 250 in high school.
No, I wasn't. No, I did bench 225 in high school though.
That
I
seems a
trained with
little nuts for high school, though.
I trained with college kids, high school kids, and when I was in going to DeKalb, there were kids benching, 350, 375.
Like
There were
power
kids,
lifters.
yeah, there were kids. God, Curtis was a freaking monster. He was, I don't know what he cleaned, but he was squatting 690.
Jesus,
And he was in high school. He was 18. You know,
that's crazy.
Austin, the one kid, he power cleaned at least 275 from what I remember. I mean, that kid was, he wasn't huge, but he was strong as a freaking ox. But, some of those kids out there are just, I see all these people going, oh, this person's so strong, they're doing this. And I'm like, that's not really considered strong, though.
Nice.
It's like, I remember training with girls that were just monsters,
That's nuts.
and
High
lifting.
schoolers, though, God, that's crazy to me.
Oh, so yeah, some of those corn-fed boys out in DeKalb.
It's all they got to do out there, right? Lift weights.
I don't know what they do out there, but holy crap, those boys were all just.
Taking some of those hormones they feed the cattle.
Hey, you're gonna do that.
So you said, let's see, there's a new Highlander movie? I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, sorry, there's a new Highlander coming out. You know who the Highlander is?
It's not, what's his name? Christopher Lambert or whatever?
No, Henry Cavill.
Isn't it Toyota? Oh.
Toyota.
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill. Superman, right? You played Superman?
Yeah.
And The Witcher.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I like Cavill.
Is that why they dropped him from The Witcher, or was he doing something else, I thought?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was stupid of was it James Gunn to get rid of him as Superman. I think that was absolutely asinine.
He did a good Superman.
I think he was probably my second favorite Superman.
Nice.
Christopher Reeve, sorry, just
from the childhood, OG Superman. Yep.
No, OG was Steve Reeves.
No, Christopher Reeves, wasn't it?
No, Steve Reeves, if I recall correctly, was
like
the
his
first
brother?
Superman. Father, I think.
Wait, Nicolas Cage was.
That's right. Kirk Allen was the first one on. Yeah. I think that was TV. Yeah, it was Kirk Allen, and then.
Oh my God, Margot Kidder. She did things to me.
George Reeves, not Steve Reeves. George Reeves. He was the second Superman. Because Kirk Allen was the first Superman in 48, and George Reeves was the next Superman in 51. That's right. So that's right. But yeah, George Reeves, not Steve Reeves. Sorry, getting old. You know,
That's-
look at the gray. I mean,
Getting old shit, man.
yes, I'm getting old. I'm losing my mind. I'm a TikTok.
Can't lose something I never had.
Out of all the things I've lost, I missed my mind the most.
That's right.
Ozzy Osbourne, man. But
Hacking
I
our
think
planet,
I think I'm gonna drop off because
trashing our rights. It's been about an hour and a half.
I'm just
Hour
kind of
40.
falling out. So I'm losing it. So
Yeah, we got a basketball game tomorrow, so I probably should go to bed early.
You're right. Good luck. Hopefully you win. But I'm just tired. I'm beat to shit. So.
Yeah, no,
Need
that's
to
all
go to
right.
bed.
I get it. I get it.
Same.
So,
Cool.
but if that AI turns on in a few minutes, I'm not gonna hate. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Let's see what we can
everybody.
get out of that. Cool.
No.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully,
Definitely.
he left already before he could say goodbye to everybody.
Where are
watching.
his manners?
Yeah, where's his manners? Thank you for watching. Sorry, I look like I puffy eyes and I look like an idiot, but
That's all
hopefully
right.
we'll be better next week.
We're sitting here talking to ourselves in front of a computer. We all look like idiots.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all in good fun.
Yep.
So,